My name is Adrienne Fast. I'm the Curator of Art and Visual Culture at the Reach Gallery Museum. And today I'm excited to begin a new virtual tour of one of our featured exhibitions in winter-spring of 2020. This is an exhibition titled Glimmers of the Radiant Real, and it's a group exhibition that was curated by Ruth Jones and Sam Mogelonsky for the Robert McLaughlin Gallery in Oshawa, Ontario, where it was first presented in 2018. Since then, it has toured to the Art Gallery of Peterborough and the Macintosh Gallery before traveling finally to the Reach, where it opened on January 23rd. We are delighted to be the only venue for this exceptional touring exhibition in all of Western Canada. The exhibition includes work by 9 different artists in a variety of media, including video, painting, sculpture, and installation. What they all have in common is a surface quality of sparkle or shimmer. The questions that the curators were wrestling with when they brought together all these different artworks was, what happens when the surface of an object or an image glimmers, gleams, sparkles, or shines? How does that affect our relationship with that object or image? Does it change our perception of its value or its purpose, for example? Does a glimmering and shiny surface automatically read as modern? Are we drawn to touch surfaces that captivate our eye, or do they seem hopelessly beyond our reach? Each of the artists and artworks in the exhibition address those questions in different ways, but today I want to look closely at a particular work called Monument by Swanson. Cole is an artist, educator, and curator originally from Calgary, but now based in Toronto. In a lot of his recent work, Cole explores interspecies relationships, how we are connected to and how we relate to non-human actors in our environment. In Monument, Cole has carefully and very delicately applied gold leaf to the wings and bodies of dozens of dead insects that he found both in his apartment and studio in Toronto, and some were also supplied by his family in rural Ontario. He installs these in the gallery by affixing them to the wall with pins that sort of look like entomology pins, the way insects are displayed in scientific cases. And then finally, the pins are connected using an elaborate crisscrossing pattern of gold thread. The overall effect is that this installation resembles a kind of a constellation, with the sparkle of the gold leaf in a way standing in for stars in the night sky. By applying gold leaf to these dead insects, Cole transforms something that is abject, that we might think of as even disgusting, into something precious and ornamental, along the way asking some pretty fundamental questions about the systems of value that separate a human world from an animal or an insect one. The fact is that the world as we know it would cease to function without insects. They are an essential yet largely overlooked part of our environment. Now, interestingly, the gold leaf is permanent, but the bugs themselves will decay and eventually fall apart. Each time the work is installed, a few more of the bugs just don't make it. In that way, this work also represents death, memory, preciousness, and our relationship to the animal kingdom and how we interfere with that world. It's also an interesting comment on the kind of market forces that are at work in the art world. These days, there are a lot of people who collect art as a financial investment. But who would buy an artwork that is inherently going to deteriorate and decay and eventually will cease to exist? The title of the work is also a reference to monumental public art pieces. Think of bronze sculptures of men on horseback commemorating some historic event. Whereas this monument is a monument to the common housefly, the non-human actors that share and shape human habitats. In a way, this work is about making visible that invisible contribution. And also, in a way, it takes the use of a precious, glittering material like gold to make us appreciate that contribution. Thank you for listening, and please look out for episode 2 of this virtual tour of Glimmers of the Radiant Real coming soon.